Good evening, everyone. Namaste to all. Before commencing the session, my sincere pronouns to our beloved master, beloved Guruji, Ramarshi Patriji, our great grandmaster, Matar Babaji. Yes, my dear masters, my dear gods, my dear friends. Once again, welcome to this session, today's session. Today's session, we have a sharing of spiritual wisdom regarding the Swara Vijnana. So, in this platform, in this Mahavatar Foundation Zoom session, so many of these kind of the spectacular wisdom and special wisdom we have been sharing continuously, constantly for quite long time. Recently, we have started about negative ions, which we have discussed in the length and breadth, in depth about negative ions also. That will be continued, of course, this month also. And the Swara Vijnana also the same thing. It's a very, very special wisdom, you can say, that we will try to understand very clearly. Anyone knows about Swara Vijnana? So can you raise the hand? If you can raise the hand, then you can talk. We'll give just opportunity to speak about that. I mean, what you know about it. What is Swara Vijnana? Anybody can raise hand? Whoever knows, just raise your hand. Nobody raising hand. That means
Ramchandran sir.
yeah. Yeah. Ramchandran sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, you can talk. Sir.
Yes.
You can unmute and talk.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, all.
Yeah.
Negative ion is a very favorite subject of mine, and I read it from you last time. It's essential for a human being, along with oxygen. Without negative ions, the life is impossible. The energy that is required for the body will not be available. So the negative ion is very, very important. And in the experiment that was conducted, the life did not exist in the absence of negative ions. This is so another thing which life situation. I was marketing air purifier of Eureka Forbes, a small machine, some 10 years back. I stopped it. I come back now in Bangalore. And my salesman, he went and sold one air purifier to a couple. That particular machine was meant for about 20 by 20 bedroom. And once couple in a small room, they used it at a high capacity and they slept and they had a health issue. When I was going to close my office, I got a call that please come over, there is a big problem. I rushed to the place, I felt a bit uncomfortable. Then after 1 hour of that machine, because it was a small room,
I think we are deviating the subject. So we are going out of the subject. So what I this you can ask in the question hour. So right now the point is whether you know something about Swara Vijnana. That's all. Other things we'll discuss. Yes.
I take half a second, sir. This negatively charged ions trap the positively charged dust particles, and that is the principle. So that way they are getting. That's it.
Okay. Fine. Right. Okay. Let's go ahead. Okay, friends. So let's know this wisdom, Swara Vijnana. It's amazing and wonderful wisdom, which we all need to understand. Is Swara Vijnana. So Swara Gnan, that means Swara. What is Swara? Swara means it's a sound of the breath. The sound of the breath is called Swara. The wisdom related to the sound of the breath, that is called Swara Gnan, Swara Vijnana, Swara Shastra, Swara Chintamani. Okay, all these words are there. So if someone knows this Swara Vijnana completely, if you study and if you practice it, what all the things going to happen is you can estimate future, past. In fact, the some of the few, I mean, many, of course, yogis, masters who are expert in this Swara Vignan. There is an example, Veerabrahmendra Swami from Andhra Pradesh, or Yogi Vemana. From Karnataka also, there are many, Swara Sarvagna, Kaivara Tata. So there are many yogis. They're all expert. They are the experts in the Swara Vignan. That's how what happened is they could write the Kalagnana. So who can write the Kalagnana? Who are expert at their the breath wisdom, the breath which is going in, which is coming out. Of course, the pranavayu or the breath which is going, the pranavayu is going, the sound of the breath. They are the expert in that. So the sound of the breath gives you complete details about future, past, and everything. With that, they could write the Kalagnana. Even they could estimate the when the death is going to happen of a particular person who come to you, or you want to estimate anybody's, the death of the person need to be estimated also. So you can easily find out if you are expert at your own breath, at your own the sound of the breath, or so-called Swara Vignan. Okay, such is the kind of thing. Whoever is expert at this Swara Vignan, what all the things going to happen. So generally it will avoid the aging. With respect to aging, we all get problems of memory loss, right? Isn't it? We get generally memory loss. At the same time, the eyes become weaker, right? The eyesight become lost, or it gets weaker. All this will be avoided. We will come out of all that kind of issues because of if someone follow the Swara Vignan. Okay, this is very, very important. Remember this. At the same time, so this Swara Vignan, especially what we are discussing today, right? So this particular Swara Vignan, how yes, it has come into existence. Let's understand the whereabouts and reference of this. The reference with respect to our scriptures and our old tradition. Let's understand that. Sivambu, we could understand Sivambu means Mutra Chikisse, Swamutra Chikisse, that is the self-urine therapy or urine therapy. The reference to it we found in the Dhamara Tantra. In the Dhamara Tantra, the Lord Shankara was explaining to Parvati about the total procedure and all about the urine therapy, how to be done, what to be done, when to be done, everything. So through the 107 slokas in the given in the Dhamara Tantra, chapter number 7, isn't it? So that's how for everything there's a whereabouts of everything, whatever we study now, there is reference. There was a reference, there is a reference in the old scriptures and Puranas and Granthas. Right? That's the greatness of our India, ancient India. So that's how this Swara Vignan also has got a great reference. Understand? So this is the something like the dialogue between Parvati and Iswara. Parvati and Iswara, there is a dialogue. So that dialogue is carried out, and which is called Swara Chintamani. Swara Chintamani. So this has been written by one Sweta Keta Maharshi. Sweta Keta Maharshi has brought it forward about this Swara Chintamani, the dialogue between Iswara and Parvati about the Swara they were discussing. So that is fully captured in the form of Swara Chintamani, which has been written by Sweta Keta Maharshi. So that's how the reference of this. So we need to understand. So whoever can change this Swara. Swara means what? I told you already. Swara means the sound of the breath. The sound of the breath and the Swara which is going in, coming out, isn't it? So the breath will be going in through one nostril, right? And it will be coming out through the same nostril for some time. And after some time, the breath will be going in the other nostril. Let's say left nostril for some time, right nostril for some time. It keeps changing itself. So whenever you wanted to change the rhythm of the breath, and one side to other side to this side, depends upon what you are doing, what you want to achieve. So that is going to be that is going to be given, that's going to be described by Swara Vijnana. What kind of breath you need, whether you need left nostril breath, what exactly work you are involved, what kind of mental status you have, what kind of physical works you are involved in. Depends upon that, you need to keep changing the swara. Swara need to be changed, right? Either to left or right. So we'll try to understand more and more details of this now. So whoever follow the Swara Vijnan, they are called Sarvagna. They are called Sarvagna. And also the we always say that the so-called Vidhi. Vidhi means the Brahma will write, he will write the Vidhi for everybody. It's called fate. The fate can be changed. If you are expert at breath, you can change the fate itself. And if you want to stay permanently with this physical body, you must become an expert of your breath, your Swara Vijnana. If you become an expert of this so-called breath wisdom, if you have it, if you are expert at Swara Vijnana, you can become a Chiranjiva. That means you can get the immortality also you can achieve. That's the kind of, the effectiveness of this particular thing. So this way, Swara Vijnana, especially whatever the air we take inside, it's called pranavayu. Whatever the air we breathe out, which is called apanavayu. Apanavayu. So remember this point also. So that is why, so especially the out breathing, in breathing, it's called Uchvasa. Suppose let's say in breathing is called Niswasa, out breathing is called Uchvasa. So the wisdom related to these two is called Swara Vijnana. Understand? So the complete wisdom related to Uchvas Niswasa is nothing but the Swara Vijnana. Okay. So you need to remember this. So anybody want to lead a wonderful family life, isn't it? Wonderful family life, wonderful social life, wonderful spiritual life, the perfect growth in spirituality, for everything all together. If you are if you are getting expertise at the Swara Vijnana, you can achieve everything, friends. That is the possibility, right? So, example, in order to, as I told you, in order to estimate what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, everything, all that wisdom you can achieve through only the Swara, the wisdom related to the Swara, so-called in breathing, out breathing. You can get everything. You can decode everything. So, as an example, I'll give you an example. Autobiography Yogi, right? Lahari Maase. So there, one of the incident, basically, every day morning, he has an habit, he wasn't having habit, going to walk for a long time, maybe 2-3 miles or whatever. Along with him, there are 3-4 followers also will follow him. Along with him, his own disciples will also follow him. So one day, they were all going together on a walk, right? They were going to the sea beach. Generally, they go to the beach every day. The same way they were going, every day they are going. So that particular day also they were going. And then when they were passing through one lanes, small lanes, right? The small villages means small lanes will be there. They were going, and after going to a certain extent, they walking. The Larmase walking front side, the disciples walking back side. And after some distance, when they walked, no, then Larmase told to the back side is a disciple, keep one cloth ready. Keep one cloth ready. I mean, they were not able to understand why he has to keep a cloth ready. What is the reason? The moment little bit they went forward. I mean, the large Mercy went forward, and from the top side. So there was I think it's the house with that kind of tiles, no, mangrove tiles kind of thing. So that is broken and then directly fallen on his the foot, especially on the thumb. It was cut, and the blood was bleeding. Then he said, "Bring it." So then he completely banded it. And then he said, then they were going, normally they were walking. Then this disciple has got a doubt. How could Lahar Mahasi know, the Guruji knows this is going to fall and it's going to hurt his, basically the thumb. He asked him, he said, my breath is telling everything. You see, what is telling? My breath is telling me. what's going to happen. That is the wisdom. Please understand. I am giving an example to you. If you really mind this, study this wisdom. Again, you listen today, tomorrow you leave it. I can't do anything. You can't do anything. Nobody can do anything. That's a habit for all of us. If anything new, some master is telling, he is telling to me, you should feel that. Many times what happen, these are lectures, take here, leave it here. No one is interested to implement also the urine therapy. How many people are doing urine therapy here? Can you raise your hand? Are you following? Anyone is following here? I want to know. Raise your hand. Otherwise, just message me. I want to see the special wisdom which Shankara has told to Parvati, and it could achieve anything, from anything to anything, isn't it? Such a powerful wisdom. Shivam Puchikese, who is doing here? You all heard many lectures, isn't it? That is how I am telling. The practicality, when it comes to practicality, we all miss. We take theory. What is the use? If you don't implement it, what is the use? Tell me. Is also going to be one of that. Shouldn't be, try to follow it. Okay? Right. So, my dear friends, whatever you are doing, whether you are sleeping or you are wakeful, one thing which is going continuously within you is called breath. Okay? Such is the importance of the breath we need to understand. But so this breath, what happens is, especially in a day, which side of the breath, left nostril breath or right nostril breath, which has to work, which hour, all that will be all that is explained in Swaravna. Right? What work you are involved in, right? Everything, whatever you are doing, for whatever activities you are undertaking, for which what kind of breath is required, whether you need left nostril or right nostril. There is always a scope how to change it, all that we will discuss. You are going in a particular task, then what kind of breath you need. So then you can change it and go. That will become successful. Have you observed when you are, maybe when we are all children, our forefathers, they used to do. Particular day, they won't go outside. They say, no, today I won't do that. Why? Because they observe the breath, the pattern of the breath. If you go with that breath, that will not happen. That work will not happen. That's why they will not attempt to do also. But nowadays, what happened? We do everything every time and then get failures, utterly failure. Then we get into shock, break, right? Sadness, unhappiness, depression, disappointment, and loss of the hope, whatnot, everything. Because we are committing mistakes by mistake. Because we don't know that wisdom, right? What kind of breath I need right now? Isn't it? So, anybody coming and standing in front of you is asking question whether this will happen to me. If I do this work, whether I will be successful. If I am not doing this, will I get a loss? If you ask the question, all our own ancient, our masters and yogis, what they used to do, because many people, what happen when they go and meet yogi, what they will ask, whether my son will get a job, whether my daughter will get married, all these questions they'll ask. What they do, they observe their breath and give the answer. Whose breath? The master only, his own breath will observe. The breath will tell whether that what a question answer to that question. By observing his own breath, you will answer that question whether it will perfectly happen or not happen. That is the power of the wisdom of the breath. Okay, this Swara Vijnana. That's what you have to understand. So, if you take the breath, the breath, which time, what kind of breath, if you know that wisdom, there won't be any kind of accidents, there won't be any kind of failures in our life. If you follow perfectly, right? So that's what we need to understand. Now, coming to the other thing, there is a moon and sun. Both have the severe impact on our mind. We know that very well. And also, both are going to influence our bodily cells. So both are going to influence the water within us. Let's say an example. Full moon and new moon. In those 2 days, you just observe the tides in the sea. So there'll be huge tides will be there. That means the water waves will be huge. What is the reason? Because the water is going to be getting impacted because of the full moon, especially. So the reason is that's called, especially the gravitational force. That's how it's going to influence it. Similarly, what happens is on our bodily, our body structure within us, or what all the cells are there, they will be impacted because of the moon. Because of the moon, they are going to be impacted. That's why we call moon moon is related to the mind, isn't it? Even the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, human kingdom, everything will be affected because of the moon. Moons especially gravitational force. So this is very much there on our Earth planet. Remember this always. That is why, especially on the full moon day, we always say keep in mauna, because the too much variations will come within your mind itself. If at all you have somebody is lunatic, for example, he become much more severe on that particular day. That's why we say that keep quiet. And we ourselves also we ourselves put in our mauna in meditation, rather talking and making all the unnecessary things to happen, because the mind is going to be much in oscillation, lot of oscillation, and the kind of a disturbances is going to be created. So that's how we need to be careful. Now coming to the point here, so whenever the breath which is happening left side, right side, what we say, left side breathing which is going on here, left nostril, that is called the Chandra Nadi, Chandra Swara, called Chandra Swara, right? Moon breathing. The right nostril, that is also called Ida Nadi. The right nostril, the breath which is going in, coming out, it is called Pingala Nadi, right nostril breathing, is also called Surya Nadi breathing, Surya Swara. So Chandra Swara, Surya Swara. Which has to happen. So that is very, very important. If at all breath is happening in both the nostril, for example, both the nostril which is going in, coming out, that is called Shushumna Nadi. When the Shushumna Nadi is going to work, that is the most auspicious time. Remember this in carefully. Most auspicious time. It happens Sandhi Kala, Sandhya Kala, Sandhya Vela. In the evening, 6 o'clock, morning, 6 o'clock, Brahma Muhurta. See, the Brahma Muhurta, why do we say that do meditation more and more Brahma Muhurta time? Because Prana Vayu is much, much higher. At that time, if you sit in meditation, you receive huge amount of Prana Vayu, pranic Shakti, pranic force. At the same time, right? At the same time, at that point of time, especially that particular duration, so that particular duration, the Sushumna Nadi is running. That means both nostrils is working, both nostrils. That's the most auspicious time, friends. At that time, what all the things to be done? Brahmins always, they follow this. That's why they follow the puja timings, Sandhya Kala. The morning 6 o'clock, evening 6 o'clock, even the midnight also it comes once. This Sushumna Nadi works, in the midday also, once it works. In the midday especially. So that's how at that point of time, let's say if I curse you or if I bless you, both will work 100%. You want to curse anybody, you curse whenever you have a Sushumna Nadi, it will work 100%. But it's going to, of course, it's going to fetch the karma also at the same time. Right? Isn't it? So if you want to bless anybody, do the blessing, Asirvad, at that, especially with for your loved ones, you want to be compassionate to anybody, anything, any situation, what's going on. Now this the tension is prevailed between India and Pakistan, right? Isn't it? So if you want to bless that, you want to bless with the positive energy, especially when you are doing meditation in the early morning, that's Sandhya Kala and that Muhurta, Brahma Muhurta Samay. If you do that, wonderfully it will work because that time the breath which is going in both nostrils called Shushumna Nadi. Very, very powerful, friends. Understand? So like that. So that's how we need to think. And as you know, breathing inside is called Puraka. Breathing out is called Rechaka. The breathing and holding is called Kumbhaka. Right? So it's very, very important. It's also understand. So now, so what will happen is whenever you are taking breath in the left nostril, if you are taking the breath, so that is going to give what is going to give is going to cool down you. It's going to, the all the stress will be removed. Anytime breathing which is taking into the left nostril, that's going to cause coolness, peacefulness, right? Slow thinking, creativity, more creativity. Always remember, whenever your breath is going on the left nostril, going in, coming out, that only through left nostril, that's going to activate the right hemisphere of the brain. That means right half of the brain. The right brain is going to be much, much powerful with respect to creativity, love, compassion, friendship, right? The cool character, character, peaceful thinking, no hesitation, no agitation, no kind of anxiety, no severe, no kind of a stress, no stress. That is the kind of mindset you will get. All the poets, singers, musicians, all that, all of them, when the left nostril is going on continuously, they'll work wonderfully. You know that? Now coming to the right, the other thing is when this left nostril you have to use, some of the occasions I'll tell you, and we are going to study in a deeper sense in the next chapters also, right? Or what all the different situations, how we are going to use the lot, the great is a great wisdom, I'm telling you. Anyway, some of the examples. For example, I have the fever inside me. Fever, I mean, the body fever is there. The temperature of the body is high. Then you have to change your breathing to the left nostril, Chandra Nadi. That is, Ida Nadi should start working. Then it will cool down the body. If you have more temperature, that means you are having a fever inside the body, temperature of the body is high, then do that. The right nostril when you are taking, what are the characteristics when it's going to help? Right nostril, Surya Nadi, Pingla Nadi when it's working, the breath which is going right side and is also coming out through right nostril. So that is going to, especially what it is going to do, it will improve, it will increase the temperature of the body. For example, somebody is suffering from tuberculosis, pneumonia, cold, cold, cough, all these things. This right nostril breathing is going to be much, much helpful. Understand? At the same time, when there is a right nostril which is working continuously, that point of time, you must take the food. You should not take the food when the left nostril is working. That is not going to be digested properly. What right nostril promotes is, it's going to promote so-called Jataragni within your stomach. That's how whatever the food you take in the when the right nostril is running, if you eat the food, if you consume the food, that will be well digested. It doesn't cause any constipation, indigestion, gastric, acidity, nothing. And if you are having, for example, this coldness, too much coldness in the body, that will be also taken out. It will be rectified because of the right nostril breathing. Remember this, right? If you are having a overweight, obesity, the right nostril breathing is going to solve that. That's also very important, right? So now the body is also having certain characteristics. What it does is every 90 minutes once, the breathing will be changed from left to right, right to left. Every 90 minutes, remember this point. Almost half of the day, left nostril, half of the day, right nostril breathing will be there. 50-50%. You don't need to do anything. If you want to change for a particular task, you can change. That methods are there. I will tell you how to change it. But body will change itself left to right, right to left. Depends upon the body temperature. If the body need to maintain the temperature properly inside the body, body want to maintain the temperature, then what it does is it changes. That's why every 90 minutes it comes here, again come back. That means what? That's how it will regulate the temperature of the body. If the temperature of the body goes very high, then it causes the blood circulation variation. That's called especially blood pressure. Then it's also going to cause some heart problems, heart related problems. Remember this. That's why the body temperature will be regulated by itself by changing the breath from left to right, right to left. It will do itself. You don't worry about it. Okay. It will do much better way than what we think. By thinking, we may not do properly, but it itself will take care of that particular situation. So very, very easily. So that's very important. Okay. So that's how, friends, here, so the breath which is going on in both nostrils, that is very, very, very less times. Those times, especially Shushumna Nadi time, Brahma Muhurta, Sandhya Kala, be in Mauna, be doing yoga abhyasa, pranayama, meditation, prayer, prarthane, do whatever you wanted. That's going to give wonderful, wonderful results, my dear friends. Right? So this is how we need to do. And especially this particular, this breath change, breath especially, all these tasks, right? Any task when you are doing it, you want to have particular breathing, you can change it also. That provision is there. You can change the breathing by observation. First of all, you have to observe where the breathing is going on within you. How do you observe the? So there are methods to observe the breath. Okay, there are methods to observe the breath. If you observe it, whether it's going in left side or right side, then you can change it. Now, let's know the method of observation. There are two methods of observation. Let me tell you. So, in order to understand where the breathing is going on, I told you some of the applications of the left nostril breathing or right nostril breathing. So, breathing which is going in left and coming back, going in left, coming back. So, that is one side only it will be going. So, that's what we call it as Chandranadi is working or Surya Nadi is working. Now, how do we understand which is working currently? Yes. Keep your palm back side in front of your nose. Then you have to do what you have to do is you have to do the Rechaka. Okay. Rechaka means like out breathing. It's called Uchvasa. Observe yourself whether the breathing forcefully coming from right side or left side. Okay. You can easily observe like this. Otherwise, a piece of the cloth, you can keep piece of the paper, you can keep, at this point, and just you do the same thing, out breathing, then the cloth, especially the piece of paper will vibrate. If it is vibrating on the right side more, that means your right nostril breathing is currently going on within you. Understand? Or if the left nostril breathing is going on, the left nostril side, the paper will be vibrated. Otherwise, here this is also okay. You observe which side is forcefully coming out. That is the exact breathing going on right now. The other way, take your thumb. You take the breathing. If you just close it one side, the left hand side, if you are taking breathing in, breathing out, if you are doing, if it is very smoothly going on, that means that is called Sunya Nadi. That's called Sunya Nadi. Sunya Nadi means the breath is not going there. For example, without any difficulty, smoothly going and coming out, it means that is zero Nadi. That means the breathing is not going in that. Same way, if you change and try again in the other side, that is where there is some kind of the toughness, the breath going and coming out. That is working Nadi. That's how we need to understand the breath is going within that. These are the two methods. Remember, this is how to identify. Now, when you identify, right, depends upon the task. I told you many of the tasks now, many of the situations which breath is required at which times. Now, how do I change it? There are several methods. The first method, which our yogis and masters follow, you need to have a yoga danda. Yoga danda, like Kamandala, along with the Kamandala, yoga danda will be there. So that they carry always. They carry in one hand yoga danda, other hand they keep carrying the one kamandala. That's how they'll be keep walking. The yoga danda, what they do is, suppose let's say they are going to eat the food. What they do, they keep that yoga danda left hand side under the armpit. There is one one nadi is there, one nerve is here. Just pressing it, like the yoga danda will keep. Then they press it. Then what happen? The breath which is going on the left side come to the right side. Understand? If you are pressing the left arm under the left arm, and the center of the arm, that is called armpit. If you press it with the yoga danda, then the breath which was going on in the left side comes on the right side. Then they start eating the food. Then only they'll eat the food. Otherwise, they'll not eat the food. Now, if you want to change it, so right to left, similar. Yoga danda keep on the right arm of the feet, then press it. Then it comes to the left side. Understand? So that's how, that is the one method of, that is one of the method to change the breathing from left to right to left. Whichever you wanted, you can achieve. Same time, if you are sitting on the floor, you can do without yoga danda also. Let's say I want to change it to the right side. What I do is take this left hand, keep on the ground forcefully, pull weight on that, pull weight, and you bend this side, left side, and your back side of back portion, left of the back portion should be touching to the wall. Okay, touching to the wall, and this hand should be fully pressed. Full pressure, give the full pressure. Then it comes left to the right. See, similarly, take the right hand, put on the ground, okay, press it, and back portion, the right back portion should touch the wall and put full pressure. Then it changes from right to the left. Right to the left. This is one of the method. Understand? Then now, if you are lying down, how do you change it? Suppose if I am lying down on my left side, let's say I'm putting my palm underneath of the head and then lying on my left side, the breath will change to right side. You just observe. Just lie down and observe for some time. Okay, 5 minutes, I give some time, then it will changes to the right side. If I am lying down on the right side like this, then the breath will come to the left. Okay, that's why most of the times when we say to the, we always say in the house, home, in the home, we used to tell to children or whoever is lying down, lie on your left side, because the digestion will take place properly, because the Surya Nadi has to be activated. Your Jataragni will be proper. That's why we have to lie down on the left side for proper digestion. This is on the lie down. For example, if I am walking, how do I activate my whichever the breathing I wanted, right? While walking, take umbrella. You know umbrella? Umbrella you take, you walk, keep walking. Umbrella you just hold in the armpit. Okay, continuously you're walking and hold it on the in the armpit. If you put it into the left hand side, the right breathing starts while walking itself. These are the methods to change. Understand? So this is how we need to change. If you change like this, then whatever you wanted, you can achieve. That's very important, friends. Okay. So that is why we do this. At the same time, now, so there's one more thing is, when you change it and you can use it for all your purposes. That is true. At the same time, especially Nadi Suddhi, right? Now you understand how to change it, right? When to change it, what purpose, all these things you understood, right? So, and also how to observe the Swara, identify the Swara, that also you understood. Now the next thing is, how do you purify the Nadis? Purification of the Nadis, that's also very, very important, okay? When you woke up in the morning, what happened is, depends upon your lifestyle and your food style, all the Nadis within our body, they get a lot of clots, so-called energy blocks, will be created automatically in the energy body. In order to purify them, in order to clean them up, every day morning, we must attempt doing the Nadi Sodhana Prakriya. It's called alternate nostril breathing. We all know that. The pranayama technique, simple pranayama technique, do 5 to 10 minutes every day, morning, especially Brahma Muhurta time. If you do that, what happen? The Nadi Suddhi will happen. All the Nadis gets cleansed and again they starts working. Even if you do meditation, you get perfect meditation because your Nadis itself, all the Nadis are not in the proper cleansed way, isn't it? They are having a lot of energy blocks. If you remove them just by doing 10 minutes, this Nadi Sodhana Prakriya, it's called alternative nostril breathing. Anuloma Viloma is going to be much, much helpful, friends. Do this. It's very important. So if you do that, then so whatever all the nadis we have, how many nadis we have? 72,000 plus up to 3 lakhs nadis we have in the energy body, etheric body. So that will undergo the lot of cleansing if you do the Nadi Sodhana, Anuloma, Viloma, Pranayama technique. So try doing this, then make sure all the nadis are clean, then you go to the meditation in Brahma Muhurta time. Especially when the Shushumna Nadi is working, do that. Right? That's a wonderful time in order to gain the maximum amount of cosmic energy, to maximize our own energy levels within the etheric body. Right? So, okay, friends, this is the wisdom we would like to share today. Already time is 10 past 11, 17, but this is the first session. The first session I'm trying to give you today, and it will be continued and it will be much, much, much powerful. This is not a small wisdom. This is not a, like, just a kind of a easy going. So definitely a great and deeper wisdom. We are going to learn much more. So in the further sessions, we definitely learn. So all of you, so patient listening till this time. Thank you so much. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, sir. So any masters, if you have any questions, can raise their hand. I'll unmute you and you can speak. Can raise their hand, or you can chat in the chat box.
Right. Ask the questions. Otherwise, tell your understanding, like express how much you understood, what you understood, at least. Okay. Deepika, madam, are you in the Mauna or you are not talking?
Madam is in Mauna, sir.
Oh, Mauna. Okay. Right. Right. Yes.
So someone has a question. Which side breathing enhances concentration and remove negative thinking?
Remove negative thinking. You should go with the left side breathing. Anybody is having negative thinking or stress in the mind, go to the left nostril breathing. Chandra Nadi. Chandra Swara has to be activated. Next, any
Right
question?
is for digestion, no, sir.
Right, digestion, many things are there. You ask question, I answer you. Depends upon the question only, answer will come.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Yes, yes. Sure. So we all need to study this wisdom. It is not going to be the end. This is just a starting initiative class. Okay. And all of you, you have to read. I'll give the books, proper books. I'll suggest you. Please purchase them. Read it once again. I mean, not one time, 10 times, again and again, again and again. Okay. Read them. Follow. Then come to the perfection. Then we all become masters of the swara, our own swara. We become experts in the swara vijnana. Everything else, whatever you wanted, you can achieve. Health, wealth, perfect, perfect life. What you are now, even the spiritual life, materialistic life, social life, whatever you want to achieve, you can achieve it. Bhagavan Shankara says the importance of this Swaravijnana. What he says, if someone follow this wisdom properly, he says one thing, all the secrets of life will be revealed. That's what he says. Secrets of the life will be revealed if someone follow this wisdom properly. Yes.
Yeah, ready, Prabhu, ma'am? You can.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah.
Sir, you said one thing, no, sir. If there's a master while going to beach, something happened like that. You bring a cloth like I didn't listen properly, sir. Please explain, sir.
What is that? Can you repeat the question? I think it's not clear.
It is from autobiography Yogi.
Autobiography. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Right.
Sir,
So when they were going to walk, Lahari Maharaj say every day morning he go for a walk, certain 2-3 miles or something towards the sea beach, and they walk through some small streets, especially some small street they walk through, and he is followed by always he used to be followed by 3 more disciples on the backside, and when they were walking on the the narrow lane they were walking, and all of a sudden, one voice comes from Dharmasi saying to the disciple, keep one cloth ready, keep one piece of the cloth ready. Then that man doesn't understand what purpose it is, why he has to keep the cloth ready, backside disciple. Then the next, he makes about 10-15 steps ahead. Then one narrow turning will come. On the turning, there is one house. On the top side, there is something called the tiles, house. The one tile will slip and then come and hurt the thumb of the Larmase. Directly it comes and fall on his thumb. Okay, the foot on the foot it will fall. The thumb get hurted. Then the bleeding is going on. Blood is coming out. Then he says to disciple, get that cloth. So the cloth, you will give the cloth, you will tie it up, and then again they start going forward. Then the disciple gets a doubt. How does Guruji knows that the tile is going to fall and it's going to hit, his thumb, and then the bleed will come out. Bleeding is going to come. Then for that answer is from Larimase, yeah, my breath is telling all that. What's going to happen next? Understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, one more doubt, sir. Sir, that Guruji knows, he can stop, not fell down on the thumb.
No. So what happens is there are some karmas. They will take it. Because, see, there are small things, right? Small karma, of course, let it go. Again, for that karma, if he has to neutralize that karma, he has to use his own energy. Let's say karma need to be taken out. He has to use his own energy. His own prana shakti has to be used. For small karmas, they won't mind. They won't mind of taking it. If at all big karmas, to escape it or to remove it or to come out of it, definitely they'll help to other people. Of course, they themselves also can help themselves also. They do that. Only in the question of a big karmas or that kind of things. Small karmas, they won't mind. They'll definitely experience it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Right. Okay, no more questions, then we'll close the session. Okay.
Let's thank the universe and Mahavatar Foundation for giving us this platform to learn wisdom from many masters. And let's thank all the masters who have attended the session. So thank you all.
Right.
So please don't miss the session tomorrow. There will be holistic lifestyle techniques tomorrow. See you all tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you, friends. Namaste to all. Dhanyavad. Good night.